All right, everyone, here we go. This is an all signs reading for the full moon and second eclipse. This is a lunar eclipse, second eclipse this month in Taurus. It is, as I've talked about, we're all sort of going through a realignment right now. And I've mentioned that in a couple of readings that have come up. This energy here, I've talked about Scorpio season being very super hyper creative this year. A lot of imagination. This moon sort of opens that up. It allows things to flow pretty nice. It allows you to move, well, not too far outside comfort zones, but enough, maybe to the next zone, you know, the inner layer kind of a thing. That being said, I got a pre-shuffle here on the incoming energy, and at the very least, I think maybe this energy is realizing some things. You'll see, this is a really interesting pre-shuffle, and I'll tell you why. Because when I shuffle before I hit the record button, I do a lot of shuffling, sometimes 10 minutes. All right, so I shuffled and I got this right here, this Two of Wands that's staring at you. This was at the bottom of the deck when I picked it up, and I shuffled for a good 6 minutes this time. So it's an important, it's a message the universe wanted to pass on. It's on the surface. Take it as it resonates with you, but I pulled on the incoming energy. So let's do it. I said in my write-up in October, these eclipses are sort of second chances to get things right. You get sort of a redo with each one. And this one is a redo on getting things right on the creative front, on about the making you happy front, following your dreams, following your goals kind of a thing, but doing it in a way that makes sense. Okay, and you'll see that. Let's get to it. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Chair, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline, and so are your runners. A lot of the incoming energies here, whether the new soulmates or runners, are moving very slow on their timeline, I will tell you. Surface energy. Full moon, lunar eclipse in Taurus. And rounding out the month of October here. Two of Wands crossed by the most powerful card I could pull, the World. Okay? Someone here is under I want to say under a new energy, but not really. They're looking in a direction they don't normally look. And we see that play out as they're looking at, instead of superficial, the Queen of Wands moves to the Queen of Pentacles. They're looking at things that make sense, that make them feel okay. We're moving from superficial to rock solid in a way. All right, underneath that, we got Three Swords. This is just the surface energy. Okay, now they can all fuck this up with their free will, but they want to move away from the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is technically bookending the Two of Wands here, okay? Looking away from it, looking at ways to fix it, and realizing that the only way to do that is to give Six of Pentacles to what makes them happy, the Ten of Cups. And maybe, just maybe, way down in the deck, okay? Just maybe, they might come your way. This energy might give them the inspiration to come your way. Notice I said inspiration. I didn't say bravery or anything like that. This is imaginative energy. It's creative energy. It's nice. It's blending with all the other energies around it. So it's allowing for, there's a strong possibility of new things happening. Definitely these incoming energies are looking in new directions. You guys definitely will be. Okay? So here we go. Let's shuffle the deck. We're going to clarify with the little animal deck here. All right, the mini little wild unknown. So we got some, and we got the witches as our main deck. So we're pulling some wicked voodoo here, right on YouTube. Let's see where we go. This first card out's before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? So why the fuck are we here? Let's find out. Full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. What do we get here? Nice way to round out the month of October. I'll tell you, it's been pretty wild. Nine of Cups. Yeah. It's the first feeling I got when I saw that card. It's go for it. Just go for it. Just, again, we talked about it in the pre-shuffle. It's going for things that the only way to get rid of that Three of Swords, the only way to get out of the superficial Queen of Wands, is to go for things that make you happy. Things that are solid. Things that can last a while. And as I accidentally pick up the deck, the Eight of Wands is left. Yeah, there's forward movement. I said go for it. I didn't know I was going to accidentally leave the top card, and I didn't know what the top card was. It's Eight Wands, forward movement. Yeah, and I think they're speaking about this. I think there's a snowball's chance in hell, maybe, I say maybe, that Knight of Cups approaches. He was pretty far down in the pre-shuffle, but What comes after the cut? Yeah, judgment. Karma, a lot of karma playing out here, but it's judgment. It's just judgment, and it's got an eclipse right on it. In fact, I mean, it's perfect. It's perfection in tarot, straight up. All right, just somebody here. They behave one way before the eclipse and another way after it. Okay, it's really a go for it energy. You go for that Nine of Cups, forward moving. There's a whole lot of. I said there wasn't a lot of bravery in the energy, but there kind of is. The universe has their back. It may give them signs and show them things that might help show that, coincidences and things like that. I don't know. Either way, let's see. That's a good sign right there. That's a very good sign because we already had the world, right? So we had judgment here, the cut cards back up the pre-shuffle. We had the world in the pre-shuffle. It means they get past judgment. It means a good number of them do move forward. There is a chance that night makes a move. Let's see. Let's pull a reading. Let's just see where we go, like we always do. Could go anywhere. I can't predict free will, but we'll see. All right. Give me the soulmate cycle with the influence, the full moon, lunar eclipse, and Taurus. Let's go. All right. That's it. We're done. The overall energy, everything that's going to fall on the table, is the star. Wow. Wow. That's wicked. I love that. I mean, that's just... the time is now. Right? It sort of feels like that. It feels like that. What's fueling that? Yeah, the strength. There's the strength. It's what I just got done saying. I just got done saying, while I didn't say, I didn't, it's mostly an imaginative energy. There's not a lot of, I don't feel like it's giving them courage, this particular lunar eclipse thing. But in a way, someone here, they're going to know that the universe has their back. All right? You will too, but I think you'll pay attention to it more. I think they're going to be getting signs and everything, you know. They're going to find a piece of paper on the ground with your name on it randomly. I mean, that kind of thing. But they're going to know that the universe has their back. The time is now. All right, let's see. Well, it's certainly divine timing energy. Let's go. Right here is the energy around your connection. Right here is how they're behaving in the 3D. Right here is the soul. This is the hidden energy, message from the universe, red with the energy of your connection. And right here is the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. I will clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, and you bet your sweet asses there's going to be an extended for this. With this kind of energy here and the way the cards are falling with judgment and this, I mean, wow. Okay. Energy around your connection, what is it? Hangman. Feels like nothing's happened. Very mysterious energy. Feels like nothing's happening. Yep. We're right at the point. The time is now. We're right at the point. We're at the moment. This is it. I'm drawn to the raven chewing the rope here. They're going to come down off the fence, off the hangman. They're going to come down. Which side of the fence they land on, I suppose, is up to them. I don't know. But something's about to happen, and somebody here under this energy has a new perspective on this connection. There's no doubt. How are they behaving in the 3D? Standing there. Knight of Pentacles. What did I say? Rewind. I said, right on the edge. This raven is chewing the rope. They're going to fall. Which side of the fence? I don't know. Something's about to happen here. They're going to come down off the hangman. He's standing. In the witches, this is my stopped energy. It's the Knight of Pentacles, right at the edge of the water, holding on to that pentacle. What you gonna do, motherfucker? That's what it is. All right. Soul energy. Their soul. This ought to be good because it's bookending the hangman. 10 swords. That's what's the word I'm looking for? God, I can't think of it. It's one of those. Crisis of faith. Somebody's having a crisis of faith here as they sit. Here's a better picture. I like the hangman, but that's a better picture because that's water, that's emotion, and that's the pentacle. That's the very thing of, superficial versus emotion, going for what would make you happy, right? That horse is thirsty, he's thirsty, right? But that suit of armor gets rusty in there. They're worried. They got to take all that off before they go in. It's a crisis of faith. Somebody's having a cry, and I can dig it. With this lunar eclipse and this full moon, I can understand why they might. You start looking around you. This is a very creative, imaginative kind of time within the energy. And you're being shown a lot of signs, I bet, with the Strength card and the Star. I bet. Okay, this is going to be interesting to clarify. Wow. Okay. There's something about to happen here. I don't know. We got stop, and a crisis of faith. Big time. What's the universe want to tell us? It's red with the Hangman. Another person on a break. The Seven of Pentacles. Divine timing, another card of that. This card ties with everything here. It crosses the card that was before the cut. But realistically speaking here, we got a lot of divine timing energy here. The time is now. It's harvest time. They're coming down. This card guarantees they're coming down off of that Hangman. He's either going in the water or staying on the shore. Somebody's having a real crisis of faith about this under this energy. And this energy lasts for the first couple of weeks. Right into the first couple of weeks or so, or week and a half or so of November. Well, up until about November 13th, I think. It should last and start to dissipate out. But that takes you right through the 11-11 portal, Saturn going direct, and things along those lines. It's some powerful shit. Wow. Okay. Crisis of faith. I can't wait to pull on that. That right there is worth the extended. Potential final outcome. Okay. Remember, I can't predict free will. Even the universe doesn't know which way this guy is going to go, but these two are red together. The Queen of Cups. Yeah. Well, the Queen of Cups. The cups hold water, right? There's the water. This is my desert queen. That cup is empty. All right. I could say love wins the day. I could say she holds the Ace of Cups and gives the full cup. I could say that. There's a strong. The odds are better. If you were a betting person, you should bet that they're going in the water. They're taking off the suit of armor and going in the water. This Queen of Cups has a lonely energy attached to it. Loneliness can sometimes win the day, right? Even the nicest person, the greatest, most wonderful husband and father or whatever, will cheat if they get lonely enough, right? The loneliness will make you do some things. There's a loneliness here. Okay. Yeah, I believe it. Well, they're having a crisis of faith. So, yeah. Okay. Well, let's clarify. I knew there was a reason I grabbed the little animal deck. Randomly at the bottom is a Wheel of Fortune. Where it's like the game show version of the Wheel of Fortune, the energy that's reflecting off it, because the wheel's just spinning and spinning. Nobody knows where it's going to stop. That's part of the fun of watching the show. You don't know, right? It's just spinning. Somebody's just spun the wheel. Are they going to get bankrupt? Or are they going to get the $5,000 slot? I don't know. Hangman, let's go. This energy, this doesn't surprise me, this crisis of faith. And we know it's bookending the Hangman, which is, why that energy is reflecting that way. This is a card where we do some, the universe puts us up in the Hangman. It's where we do some thinking. It's where we do some soul searching, right? But with the 10 swords here, there's a lot of places where they screwed up. I can tell you that. All right, let's see. Hangman. Why is it here? Tell me about the Hangman. Let's just go with this. All right. Okay. We done shuffling. That's it. Yeah. This is a crisis of faith. This is a crisis of faith on crack. It's 10 wands crossing the Hangman, which bookends the 10 swords in the soul. Yeah, they stopped here. A lot of loneliness here, right? Somebody here, a lot of thinking, a lot of contemplating. The energy's right for that. They're probably getting signs. The universe, hey, the universe is yelling, hey man, I got your back. Or hey girl, I got your back. Are they listening? I don't know. It's a lot of pressure there. This is not a comfortable Hangman. And they're not real pleased that the raven is chewing the rope, but there's nothing they can do about it. So they might feel rushed. They might feel, a lot of urgency. What's on top? 7 wands. Yeah, I wish I could stay in the Hangman. That's the energy that's there. Someone wishes they could just stay forever in the Hangman. It's nice and safe up in that tree. No, I don't think so. What's red with the 7 wands? Judgment again, which was the card after the cut. Had that nice eclipse on it. Yep. No, I said it already. I said they feel like they're being forced. They can't stop that raven from chewing the rope. There's nothing they can do. It feels like there's some urgency here. They'd love to just keep the high ground and stay back here. Love to stay on break and not have to pick the fruit. But they can't. This is a very powerful energy. It's God's source, the universe itself. It's Archangel Gabriel blowing that horn, translating the word of the universe, or the word of God. It is. They understand here. They get it. And that's why they're having a crisis of faith, because their whole life changes. And that's what this energy is all about. It's about life-changing energy. And we've been talking about it in readings. This is totally, he's got to take the suit of armor that they normally wear off to get in the water. Otherwise they're going to rust solid and drown. You can't take it with you. All right, let's talk about the Knight here. Knight of Pentacles. All right. Yeah, something's going to happen here. The star tells us that anyway, but something's going to happen. Whether they show up to you or not, that's one of the options. The other option is despair, is what's on the other side of it. Taking it from the pre-shuffle, they might just decide to keep the Three of Swords in place. I don't know about you, but I don't want to go through the rest of my life feeling three swords. You know, that's pretty painful. I like, if something's painful and hurtful, I like to look at it. I like to take it out of the box and deal with it and just get it done, you know, so that I can move on and live a decent life. What's going on with the Knight of Pentacles here? That suit of armor is uncomfortable. It's a hot day. You know, it's a hot day. Get in the water, motherfucker. Even the little animals are in the water off in the distance, and they're looking at him going, what are you doing up there? The sun's going to heat that suit up. They're going to melt to death. That's what I mean by despair, right? It feels like that. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? Oh, God, that's it. We're done. Six of Wands. There's two victories here. Unless somebody's if somebody's heart chakra is open, that's when real transformation comes. That's just in general for all of us. You keep the heart chakra open, you're always open to things and new things, and you see things a lot differently than, say, a pessimist would. There's two victories here. This person, well, there's only one real victory, but this person is weighing back and forth. What do we do here? You know, it is one of those moments. It is a moment, for sure. We've had judgment too many times in the world in the pre-shuffle. I can't wait to get to. What's on top? Page of Cups. I'm going to read this a little interesting. I'm going to take the primary energy that's coming off it. Yeah, they do feel small next to you and all that stuff, but that's not, I mean, there's always a lot of energy reflecting off a given card. This is someone, and I'm just going to say this, and I don't want you to, you know, think poorly or whatever and go, oh, like that. It's cool. It's perfectly natural. When they're here, they're used to wearing the suit of armor. Somebody hopes that somebody new comes along and they can just go with that person. Okay? That's really what I get here. I get a lot of hope energy off of this. I hope somebody new just shows up and it's a little easier for me. Somebody on love level 1, you know. Somebody that won't mind if I keep my suit of armor on. And I already said that. If you rewind, I said about the Seven of Wands here, they wish they could just stay in the Hangman tree. I mean, it's pretty much reflecting here too. They might, yeah, okay, why is the Page of Cups here? Yeah, the Five of Swords. It's short-sighted. It's self-sabotaging. They're just fucking around here. It's a false victory. Even if somebody new did show up, even if they could stay in the Hangman tree through some miracle, like the raven chewed the rope, but it caught their belt loop and they could stay in the tree. It's a false victory. Eventually, that belt loop is going to break. If somebody new shows up, the thing is about somebody new, it's not you. It doesn't fill the cup of the Queen of Wands, of the Queen of Cups. It may fill the cup of the Queen of Wands, which is what they'd like to hold on to a little bit. But it's that, again, somebody is realizing. The surface energy was clear in the pre-shuffle that somebody is realizing that if they want to solve that Three of Swords, they're going to have to do something. And it was very symbolic to have that Knight of Cups there at the way in the back of the pre-shuffle. Okay, let's talk about this here. Crisis of faith. It is. I've described it as we've gone along. But let's get more on this 10 swords in the soul. What's going on here? What's this about? 10 swords in the soul. Poor little screech owl up there. What? What's going on? What's going on here? Okay, that's it. We're done shuffling. It's crossed by the Four of Pentacles. Holding back. Holding back. Holding back. Holding back. Fear. Miser energy. You hear it in my voice. I have to swim in this energy. There's a lot. it's mostly just holding back. It's what's stopping them. All right, that crisis of faith, that moment, should I go in the water, should I not? Oh, I wish I could stay in the hangman, but they know they can't. There's much stronger forces at play than them. What's on top? Temperance. Again, it's a stopped energy, the way this comes out. See, the thing is, we had these energies flow from here to here. We had the Six of Wands crossing here with that green butterfly. The green butterfly represents transformation through keeping the heart chakra open, okay? Or transformation within the heart chakra. But just go with me on transformation when keeping the heart chakra open. Their soul, the soul is angel energy. Devil energy, static devil energy can't get into the soul, okay? Even the worst serial killer, their soul is usually fine. They're just cut off from it because the heart chakra is off and everything else is off, and it's all just swirling ego that goes round and round and round. They start coming up with ideas that, well, I'm taking this person out because I'm going to save humanity. They start going on like mission-oriented type things and all that. That's all. It's like a conspiracy theory that just keeps going around and around. So this is their soul, right? Archangel Michael, angel truth here, trying to get through. It's trying to get through, but somebody keeps shutting it down. They keep shutting it down, but it's trying. And again, victory only happens in the direction of them going in the water if the heart chakra is open. But this Ten of Swords tells me it's closed because they're scared. They're afraid. Afraid of what's in that water. Afraid, oh, I hope somebody new just comes along and then I can just go that way. It might be easier. You know, why is Temperance here? There he is. There's that Knight of Cups. The soul is urging them to come towards you. That Knight of Cups ties to the Knight of Cups I showed you in the pre-shuffle. It's perfect that it came out there. I was hoping to see it. And there it is. Their soul telling them to go right towards you. Absolutely go. Get in the fucking water. It's great. This is the Knight of Water. Telling the Knight of Pentacles, get in the fucking water. It's great. Right? This person here looking for some kind of false victory. They're so used to stabbing themselves in the foot anyway. Right? But they're shutting it down because it's scary. It's afraid. It's a crisis of faith. Somebody has to admit that they got their life wrong. Oh, you mean I'm not supposed to go through life in a suit of armor carrying a fucking pentacle? Oh, okay. Right. And nobody likes to admit they got things wrong. It's what's wrong with the fucking world today. Nobody will admit they got it wrong. They either won't admit they got it wrong, or it's my way or the highway, and their way, even if their way is wrong, they won't admit that it's wrong. Okay, that's what we get here on this level. All right. So it takes a lot of bravery. It will take some balls, some bravery with the Strength card here, which also represents the heart chakra being open. The heart chakra has to open for them to do something. That's why I said, when this Knight of Cups came up in the pre-shuffle, I said maybe, just maybe, this will bring them to you. All right? There's a lot of loneliness here. There's only one real decision, but this is someone who stabs themselves in the foot quite often. I have never in my life wished I could just stay in a hangman. I've been in a hangman many times. Many of you have. Of course you have. If you've ever gone on any kind of spiritual journey, you certainly have. You don't wish to stay in it. It's not. The whole point is, so it's sort of unwilling on their part, but it's because of the power of these connections. It's because of what the connection showed them. Tell me about the Seven of Pentacles, which ties directly to the Star. They're both divine timing energy. This is more of a harvest time. It's time to do something. It's part of what Judgment is sort of pushing here. I wish I could say they rise like a phoenix and fight for what's right for them, but that's not the energy that's here. I'd probably get more views and more thumbs up if I said that, but that's not the energy that's reflecting off the cards. Right? That's why you want an energy reader reading your tarot readings and not a card reader reading from a book, or what does this card mean? Who gives a fuck what it means? What's it telling you? That's what's important. Seven of Pentacles. I've never looked at an instruction book of any deck I've ever bought. Not one. Not once have I ever looked in any instruction book. Not one time have I read the book that comes with the deck. They are completely unopened. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Why? Why? I said, what did I say? This is forcing, someone wishes they could stay in the hangman tree, but this is powerful. And we had the world in the pre-shuffle. It is crossed by a tower. And I just got done saying, rewind, I fucking did. This card is tied to the star. They're both divine timing energy. These energies are just touched right here. There's like an arch, and they're like this, right? Like arching and connected. The star implies a tower, always. It implies a tower has happened if we get to the star. Just like when we have the world with judgment, it implies we got past judgment. Well, there you go. There's your fucking tower, tied with the star here. So what's happening here is as somebody sits, they get more and more miserable. I'm just going to phrase it like that. And that fruit gets more and more rotten, right? And they think more and more time passed. You could, totally. I mean, come on. That's why I get the loneliness here. You sat too long. You took too long of a break. What's on top? Ace of Cups. This is the cup that she holds. He or she, doesn't matter. It's a she on the card, right? It's right here. Wants to give the full cup. It's empty. If you want to get water in that cup, she's going to have to get her ass up off the throne, or in this case, take off the suit of armor, put the pentacle down, and get in the water. And stop trying to self-sabotage this thing and take advantage of this energy where you got a chance to change your life here. I know those would be my words to them. The Ace of Cups here, it's held. It's got cellophane on it. It's stuffed in the back of the fridge like a fucking casserole that nobody wants. It's there. There's so much fucking pent-up emotion here. Pent-up emotion. And that's why, and I don't think they like dealing with it. I don't think they like it, obviously. Why is the Ace of Cups here? 3 swords. That's what happens. It's grown toxic. Pent-up emotion, and it's about to explode. Look, it's about to explode. Why? In simple terms, that raven will chew through the rope. They chewy motherfuckers. They'll get through a whole bunch of shit, right? You try to keep a raven in a cage tied with a bungee cord to keep it shut, he'll chew right through that cord. You'll find him somewhere else in your house in probably 10 minutes. That said, the tower is fallen. It's fallen on their head. There's misery here. I don't usually get misery attached to the Seven of Pentacles, but I get it. This is an energy where fortune favors the brave. It's been like that all year. It's still here. And when you don't, I get despair here, a lot of it. There's a lot of love here. Both of these cards are indicators of how much love is here. There's a lot. But this has not been given. It's grown toxic. Somebody's kept the high ground. They kept spying. They kept whatever. Here, these eclipses, as I wrote in my October write-up, give a second chance. They give you another chance. A rewind, a reboot. And that's what judgment is saying here, right? A resurrection energy, a phoenix rising. Here's your chance. Now, go ahead and do it. Somebody's still trying to shortcut this. Somebody's still, well, maybe somebody new will just come in and that'll be good. And no, it won't. It's false victory because it's not this connection. It's not the same thing. And it's not their karmic debt, which is what the universe is trying to collect here, which is why they're having a crisis of faith. Did I get my life right? I'll give them the answer. No, they didn't, obviously. Because this is a very lonely queen here. Tell me about the Queen of Cups. What's the final outcome? What's she going to do? She going to get some water in that cup or what? Let's go. I'm going to flip it. What can my viewer, you, expect from this night over here? This energy, this incoming energy. During the transit, or the energy span, I should say, of the full moon, lunar eclipse in Taurus. What can my viewer expect? What's the final outcome here? That's it. We're done. If you don't want to know, shut it off now. I don't know. Actually, it's pretty good. The bottom card is it felt good while I was shuffling. It is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is nice. The environmental energy it's my adventurer page, but this is the energy of encouragement, right? It's almost someone who succumbs to their own peer pressure from within themselves, in a way. It's where loneliness gets the better of them. It's like a bored child. There's nothing worse than a bored child home alone. Okay? That you can expect to come home, if you're the grown-up, to chaos. A bored child home alone. That's what we got here. We've got a lot of sadness. We've got a lot of loneliness. And think they do something about it. I don't know. What's on top here? 5 Wands. Yeah, they approaching you is a I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should. Here we go again. Color match even for these two. They're really in their head about it. They really are. Man, the urge to go towards you and make it work. Say something. Try something. Is strong, though, under this energy. I believe it. It's a very creative, imaginative energy. But the thing is, fear and imagination go hand in hand. They do. Your imagination can run wild, and it could be a fear generator. You know, it really can. So that's what we get here. It takes bravery to put yourself out there, to be imaginative, to put something you created out there, to put your emotions out there. All of that takes a lot of bravery. You know, you can't fear rejection. You can't fear what other people think. It applies to love. It applies to art, which is love. So, you know, it's all the same. I always tell people, you know, I get a lot of questions from like young musicians and stuff like that. Of like, well, I'm afraid to put my music out there and that kind of thing. If you're afraid to put your music out there, you got no business being a musician. End of story. If you're any kind of artist, if you care, if you give 2 shits what other people think, you got no business being an artist of any kind. All right, it's just a hobby at that point that you do for yourself. Then you best not, because somebody gonna hate it. Somebody gonna tell you how much you suck. All right, and that'll eat at you more than the people that tell you how great you are. Whether that applies to art, it applies to if you want to do a tarot channel on YouTube, it applies to love here. It's sharing your emotions. If you care what other people think, you're going to have a hard time sharing your emotions. And this person here, this is nonsense. Why is the 5 of Wands here? The Queen of Pentacles, because it boils down to the fact that you matter. This is your energy attached to this. And this backs up what I said. It's read with the 5 of Swords. If they're trying to, I hope somebody new comes in, it's self-sabotage. That somebody new isn't you. They're not the Queen of Pentacles. And there's my page right there. My little page of Pentacles in this deck. There's the Fawn, and we had a page crossing the energy here. It's a page of Wands because this person sees you as a risk. This person sees you as some kind of new adventure, right? But they're in their head about it because you're the shit. I don't know, because they feel small next to you because you matter, whatever it is. This person needs you to cure this loneliness. Or they need this connection, okay, to cure this loneliness. They need to get the balls to not care whether they get rejected or not. They need to pay their karmic debt, which is to be vulnerable on the runner side, on the DM side of things. And they don't like it. They don't like that you're the cure for this, that they have to. They feel like they have to go in the water. Well, they kind of do, but they don't. I mean, the opportunity is there to go in the water and make something happen. Be very creative. This is my little explorer page here. Children are very creative. They come up with all sorts of crazy shit to do, right? I mean, they got the opportunity. They don't have to. They feel like they have to. They feel the pressure because of, it's very powerful. But at the same time, they don't. They're perfectly fine. They can decide to stay in this suit of armor and stay out of the water. But that only results in towers and keeping this locked up longer, which only pushes the 3 swords in deeper. So it's up to them. I can't predict free will. I don't know. But at the end of the day, they have a very high opinion of you. You're reflecting as the Queen of Pentacles here as the right choice. And this is a mild energy. It's 5 of Wands. It's nonsense. It's not enough to stop most of them, right? But it shouldn't even be there in the first place. It shouldn't even be there in the first place. This is a bit of a no-brainer. All right, let's pull 3 more cards from the universe and a crossing card from the bottom of the deck and see what else it wants to tell you. What else you want to tell everyone? If you're looking for a reading, if you're new here and you're looking for a reading where somebody regrets it, they're turning around and coming back, you're not going to find it here, because if it was that simple, they'd have done it a long time ago. At the end of the day, this is truth. This is life. This is reality. This is the way people are. And right now, being vulnerable is hard for a lot of people. It really is. We got to shut down societal energy. And the societal and the soulmate cycle is a direct reflection of the societal energies, the greater societal energies. What's going on? Let's go. What else you want to tell everyone before I go pull some wicked voodoo on a crisis of faith? Queen of Swords. There's the Strength card again. You might remember that. That was here. With the Star card. What's red with the Queen of Swords? The Eight of Cups. And there's your Eight of Wands that we accidentally left underneath the Why the Fuck Are We Here card before the cut. 8 Wands. The base energy is 8 Wands crossing the Strength card. These are the outlying energies. That's it. The baseline energy here, if someone opens their heart chakra, here's the truth. They regret it, they're turning around and coming back. There. Now you can shut off your video and go be falsely happy all day. Right? What it really boils down to, maybe, but what it really boils down to is if their heart chakra opens, it's what I told you over here, then somebody takes some action here. But it takes a lot of bravery to walk away from 8 broken cups and go towards something you want. Think about it in terms of anything. Think about the people that want to be stars. They want to be like actors in movies and things like that. Not everybody after high school goes and gets on a plane and goes to New York or Hollywood and does it. Right? Most people don't. It's just a dream they have and they never do anything about it. They meet someone at school, they get married, have a bunch of kids, and next thing you know, there goes the dream, it's gone. It takes a lot of balls. You got to walk away from a lot of things. You got to leave your comfort zone and go to a strange place and deal with strange people in a strange environment. It takes a lot of bravery. Most people don't do that. So to go toward what you want. They definitely want this. They're afraid. There's still that fear. The only fear that's left is the fear of rejection that I can feel here. And that's a problem. Like I already said, I went on a diatribe about it. Whether it's love or art, if you're afraid of being rejected or what other people think, it's not for you. It's not. It's a very, very unique person that can put themselves out there. Right? And when you get an opportunity like a connection this strong, and to blow it the way these energies obviously have, it's mind-blowing to me. Because, because connections this strong, like the one you have with this person, the opportunity for growth is there. That's really what the opportunity is. To grow your energy, to learn how you love. That's how we find out who we really are. To not take that opportunity when it shows up, and may not show up again in this form, and this powerful, it's just stupid. That's all it is. So, it depends. The ones that open their heart chakra will grow a pair and be faced with a truth that they can't ignore, and they will walk away from 8 broken cups and come towards you. Others are just going to be afraid that they're going to get rejected and will walk away from you. They'll view you. They'll find a truth. Find a way to view you as 8 broken cups. That's just the way it is. That's just life. There's a lot of you watching, and I'm sure you're not all dealing with the same person. So, but the energy is conducive. It's definitely conducive to just maybe, they show up. All right? It's just, again, with that Knight of Cups in perfect placement here next to Temperance in the soul position. Now, if you want the extended, it's up to you. I'm going to pull it. The link is in the description, and we're going to go into their crisis of faith here a little bit. We're going to go a little deeper, and we'll see what happens here. And we'll see what's likely to happen through a pyramid reading and maybe a timeline as well. I'm also going to open the reading by pulling on you, all right? And seeing how this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus affects you. All right, so that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you want the extended, the link's in the description. That's it. All right. Good luck.